Hey, this is Dr. Livingood with HotSeat Talk. So many millions of Americans have one of these in their bathroom, a medicine cabinet. And the whole concept of a medicine cabinet is so backwards when it comes to the concept of actual health. Because the fact of a medicine cabinet means you were meant to be sick, get sick, and then when you get sick, you're supposed to open it up and take a bunch of these in order to somehow magically get healthy. A toxin can never get you healthier. Now, I know many of you may still be on medications, but the whole point is to get to the cause of the issue. So on April 22nd, we're going to walk you through how to get rid of the medicine cabinet, turn it into a wellness cabinet, but more importantly, get to the cause of all those issues and ailments of your body telling you something's not right. So, April 22nd, look for one of these sheets laying around the office, get yourself signed up, put your name on there, and your email. As a patient in this office, these workshops are no charge to you. So there's no charge for the tickets to get into this one, and so you can come at 6 o'clock, April 22nd, it's a Wednesday. Put your email down, you're gonna get tickets emailed over to you, and who are you bringing with you? Family members, friends, they can come and experience our first ever medicine cabinet makeover. Eliminate the drugs, get free from all of the issues you have, get to the cause. That's our intention. On April 22nd, Medicine Cabinet Makeover. Get back to wobbling.
What was the most important things you learned in the offices so far? My nervous system controls all function of the body. That covering symptoms and health is not how I look or how I feel. So you have all this new knowledge now and you're excited. And when you have something that's exciting and it's changing your life and that of your families, the first thing you want to do is think, well, who else can I tell? I want to tell this person, I want to tell that person. But sometimes when you go and talk to somebody about it, and especially it's going to change them and you're certain about it, it just kind of goes over their head, or they're just like, oh, that sounds nice, and they're just not really connecting with you on that. And so the best way we could do it is, when we're responsible with the truth, we just want people to know. Their health is their responsibility. You're taking care of yours, I'm taking care of mine. Their health is their responsibility. But we have many ways in your doctor's office that you could help your friends. One way you could do it is, ask your doctor, ask permission for them. Your doctor will call them. He could talk and do a consultation over the phone, talk to them. Maybe it's something that they could help with, or he could help with, yes, or she could help with. And number two, you can invite them to the workshops. Remember, when you sat through that workshop, I'm telling you, the light bulb went off. You're like, this is awesome. And so that's why you invite them to a workshop. They would love it. And how about an advanced talk, another workshop that's going on that talking about nutrition or anything like that, invite them to those things. Other areas you can invite him to, your doctor, he'll come, he'll talk at your work. Yeah, we'll go to your work. He'll talk at your church if you have a church or a social group, or at your work, or even at your home. I personally, and many doctors in the network, we know they actually will go to your home with 5 people or more, and they'll cater it and talk to them about it. So the most important thing that we're doing here is if you understand what you're doing and understand the principle of how we're trying to correct your spine and your nervous system, and that's the vessel that in order to get you to the optimal health you want, that's the main goal. We want you healthy and we want you well for one reason, is so you could express your soul purpose. You have gifts, you have talents, you have desires, you have things that you love to do, to be a better parent, to be a better husband or a wife or spouse, to take care of your kids better, to be a bigger producer, more productive at work, going towards the cruise ships and not the nursing homes, right? And you cannot get any of that unless you're well. And so how many people do you know that do not know this information, that you're almost hurting in your heart that they need to know this? So for all the people that you know that need to know this, please let your doctor know them. Let your doctor know their name. Hook up a time, either whether it's a talk or an on-phone consultation. And I promise you, just for getting that information to them, you will be a hero. You will play a part in that person's history and biography totally changing. So please, be a hero. Make sure you tell all your friends and family as possible, and set it up with your doctor to get the information they need.
You have a terrible headache and you're experiencing visual disturbances. Is it like flashes of light or more like a dimming feeling?
Is one worse than the other?
Definitely.
Which one?
Which one do you have?
Both. I don't want to die.
Oh, we'll try not to let you die, but it might be pretty expensive.
We'll start with a simple blood test.
I'll do that.
That's okay, I've got it. I do about 100 of these a day. You won't feel a thing.
It's true, she's terrific. I'm not very good at all, but if I do it, we can charge you more, and the hospital earns more, I earn more, and everyone's happy. Try to stay still. Let's run a chem lab, urinalysis, and a cervical spine x-ray.
That sounds expensive.
It depends where you are. A cervical x-ray will cost you $2,100 in Kodiak, Alaska, but only $200 in La Mesa, Texas.
Why?
Sorry. States regulate healthcare, not Washington. Creates that rich tapestry that makes America great.
Well, we can do it for $500.
Seems like a lot of tests.
Ow! Shh, it is. But we don't want you to sue us when you find out that we missed your brain tumor.
I have a brain tumor?
We'll do a functional MRI and a PET scan, and let's get this with and without GAD.
What's GAD?
It's a dye we put in your veins for contrast, so that means we'll do the procedure twice, no worries.
Do I have to pay twice?
Yes. You know, this would be so much cheaper in Belgium or Argentina or South Africa. You know what they say, for the price of a colonoscopy in the US, you can fly to Switzerland, rent a chalet, ski for a week, and get a colonoscopy.
What are all these codes? I don't know what this means.
No one does.
Let me show you something. Come on. These folks are all working on your bill.
Just mine?
There's so many types of insurance and so many different types of insurance benefits. We had to hire thousands of coders.
Who pays for all this?
No, we all do.
Let's say your insurance company charges you too much or disputes your claim. Now, you can dispute that. Hospitals and insurance companies hire even more people to deal with the disputes, and it all works its way into your bill.
Healthcare is so expensive because people have to challenge it because it's so expensive?
You got it. Hey, Ms. Insurance.
Hey.
We were just talking about you.
Hey, what's up, guy?
Oh no, who let him in?
This is Mr. Pharmaceutical.
He's another reason all this is so expensive.
We need to talk. No, don't get all cozy with him. She's not your friend. I'm your friend. You want a great new drug? You want a great new drug? Huh? Try and get her to approve it.
You can't even afford what this guy is pushing.
Intervention!
I don't want you to think of this as an intervention. It's more like a group of people sitting in a semicircle sharing their feelings. Who would like to start?
I would.
Go ahead, Mr. Pharmaceutical.
She's always saying big pharma in this real disdainful tone. I mean, she clearly has no idea what it is I do. I foster innovation. I bring new products to market. I mean, do you have any idea how much I spend each year in research and development just so he can feel better?
What does this even have to do with him? I am the scapegoat here. Everyone hates me. Your premiums are too high. Your copays are too high.
I don't sound like that.
Maybe that's what she hears. Miss Insurance, do you feel people are always blaming you? Did your mother blame you for her unhappiness?
What? No. Look, I have to pay lobbyists to lobby senators and congresspeople.
And lobbyists are so expensive.
There's some common ground.
He refuses to allow cheaper, more generic versions of his drugs to be sold. Everything has to have a patent.
Why does everything have to have a patent?
Because otherwise everyone will copy me and drive the price down. I'm sorry, that's inappropriate.
You need to feel special. When you were growing up, your brother was the special one, right?
Look, why don't you ask her? Was she so needlessly complicated?
Say it to her.
Why are you so needlessly complicated? Why do you have so many different plans with different coverage? You know what I think? I think it's to exasperate people so they stop making claims against you.
Yes, it is.
Oh.
Why can't you charge one price for the whole procedure instead of for every blood test and an aspirin? Why can't hospitals list their prices, and why isn't there price control like there are in other countries?
I'm sorry. We're out of time.
Now, where were we?
I was paying my bill.
Medicaid? No. Medicare? No. Oh, good thing you have insurance. Oh, this expired. You did pay your premium. I'm sorry.
What? But you haven't even diagnosed me.
Oh, hey, great news. The MRI shows that it's just a migraine headache.
Oh.
Do you want an ice pack?
I can't afford it.
Yeah, there's another one down in reception.
Hey, this is Dr. Eric Shoemake. I want to talk to you about the power of your habits today. All the research now when it comes to changing your behavior or changing your health says that willpower, which is what we used to think was important, is an exhaustible resource. A willpower is what you use when you make a New Year's resolution. A willpower is what happens when the parking lot at your nearest gym is packed in January, but it's empty again by February. Willpower is limited and it won't get you what you want. So you can't just try harder. So instead of building willpower, we need to build skill power, which is the power of habits. And the cars that are still in the gym parking lot in February and March and April, those are the people who just have a habit of working out. all the time. And so it's not about they want to, it's just that's just what they do. So we want to teach you how to build habits. And there's a single habit that would probably catapult you further in your health than any other that I can think of when it comes especially to nutrition, and that's reading food labels. It's picking up the things that you buy, reading those food labels, and knowing exactly what's on there. So I'm going to give you a couple tips for that today. There's the big one I want to tell you about is very simple. If you can't pronounce it, don't eat it. All right, if you can't pronounce it, don't eat it. If it's got 15 syllables and it looks like it was made in a lab, it doesn't belong in your body. Jack LaLanne, who was one of the healthiest people on the planet, had one rule for eating, and he said, if man made it, I won't eat it. So if you can't pronounce it, don't eat it. The other one is very simple. Buy foods that have less ingredients, okay? The less, the better. So instead of buying peanut butter that has 13 ingredients, peanut butter should have 1 ingredient, maybe 2 ingredients, peanuts and salt. It shouldn't have 14 other things that you can't pronounce. So keep it simple, but make sure everything that goes in your grocery cart, you're reading and deciphering before you bring it home and put it in your body.
When I was little, when I was 6 years old, I had asthma and allergies so bad that my mom would rush me to the hospital on times where they put oxygen on my mask and give me shots. There was a time I was playing flag football in the street with my friends when I was 8 years old that they had to rush me to the hospital. I still remember it. They put injections in me. I started throwing up all over the emergency room. At that time, the doctor said what? Your son needs asthma allergy medication on a regular basis. He needs to take an inhaler. So I start taking this inhaler, and it felt good because guess what? It's all my mom knew. Nobody had told her. We lived in a small town in Iowa. There's plenty of excuses why. So I take the inhaler. Guess what? Guess what happens with the inhaler? It starts to cause what? What do all medicines cause? Every single one of them. So my mom takes me back to the doctor. My son's got headaches, 12 years old. Can't put his football helmet on, can't study, can't focus. He needs medication. Probably still need medication, but I needed it back then. Headaches. Tylenol aspirin. Take it. Just give it to him. He's fine. Keep the inhalers. Keep the Tylenol aspirin. Keep it going. Keep going. So then by the time I'm 15, 16 years old, I have stomach ulcers ripping a hole in my gut that hurt so bad, we had no clue what it was. My mom loved me so much. Took me back to that same doctor. Gave me ulcer medications. Messed up my digestive system. By the time I'm 21, I'm at the University of Iowa. And I was going pre-med, pre-physical therapy, pre-exercise science. I didn't know what the heck I was going to do. I knew I was going to go help people. I knew that at my core. I knew I was going to do that. And after my second year, I was doing well in all my classes. I went to my academic advisor to finally make a decision which way I'm going to go. And of course, my academic advisor was completely AWOL. He left and went to Egypt for a semester. And they said, who wants this guy? I'm glad he left. Who wants this guy? And this lady pops up behind a cubicle and says, I'll take him. And this is my angel. This was God coming into my life saying, listen, I told her my whole story. She says, you should be a chiropractor. And I said, but I don't understand. I don't have neck pain or back pain. Why would I go to a chiropractor? She said, 99% of chiropractors work with neck pain and back pain, but there's 1% of chiropractors that work with the God healing potential that God put in there, that your body can heal itself. And I thought she was crazy. But, thank God, my chiropractor back home had a big house. So I'm in. I'll go. I'll go. He's got a big house. People like him. He golfs a lot on Wednesdays. I'm in. So I go. I go to chiropractic school, never having been adjusted, never had an adjustment, didn't believe it, didn't understand. I just thought it was going to be a good profession to get into. So I get my first adjustment. My second adjustment, it hurt like hell. It gave me headaches. I didn't know what the heck was going on. The guy that explained it to me did a horrible job with it. But within 3 months, I came completely off all my medications, all my drugs that I've been on for years. At 21 years old, completely free of all medications. And now here I am standing before you 20 years later because one lady cost the University of Iowa money for me going to school there just to open her mouth and tell me the truth. And how many thousands of people's lives have been changed, but most importantly to me, my family's life has been changed. I've got 4 beautiful girls that were born at home. No medications, no drugs ever have been put in their body. And that's the thing that we can never forget. I don't know what your why is, but you gotta frickin' figure it out.